3, talking about Tozen. Well, my original favorite scene I was going to tell you guys for Tozen was going to be the time it was revealed he was working for Aizen. Because that was a big shocker. Not as big as a shocker that it was revealed that Aizen was the main villain, but it was still a big deal. Aizen comes out and he's like, oh, by the way, I'm the main villain. And he's like, holy shit. And then Gin is my right-hand man. It's like, oh, well, that's not really a big surprise, because Gin was always kind of like the shifty motherfucker, so it's not a big surprise he turned out to be a bad guy in the SS arc. But Tozen, I mean, this guy, I mean, he spared Uryu. I mean, he could have easily killed Uryu after his fight with Mayuri, but he didn't do it. He just knocked him out. He fought against Kenpachi alongside Sajin. He seemed like a guy that was really right for justice and very similar to Sajin. But then it was funny because when Aizen was talking to Unohana about how his Zanpakuto works, he was stating that you only have to see it once. And in the very next scene, he explains that Tozen is also his underling, but at first I thought, oh wait, Tozen can't see, so he's the only one that can actually fight Aizen, he's working for me. Ah, fuck. Well, you got me there, Aizen, you clever bastard, but I'm not going to do that, because that's not really a moment that really Tozen really shined in. It was kind of like revealed secondhand, so I'm going to go with the time he released his Resurrection Gridaja Grillo against Sajin. The fact that he became like a hollow hybrid in general is a big deal, because from what we've seen in the series, like, the hybrids are always like failed or prototypes. Like, the Vizards are not supposed to be the final product. Aizen stated that the Vizards were failures. There were other failed Arrancar, like Grand Fisher when he became an Arrancar. That was like a failed Arrancar. So I guess what Tozen embodies is like the actual perfect form of combining a hollow with a Shinigami, in the sense that he has a Resurrection and a Bankai. Like, maybe he didn't use his Bankai, but he still could have. Or maybe combining the Resurrection and the Bankai together to make, like, a whole new thing, and that's what he used. I know he called it a Resurrection, but it could have been, like, a combination between his Suzumushi Bankai and then his Resurrection. But it was still a pretty cool scene. My least favorite one, and I think a lot of people are going to throw this out there as the least favorite one, was when he got killed by Shuhei. Because let's be honest, that was a I don't want to say it doesn't make any sense, but it was severely fucking anticlimactic. If you can look at any other anticlimax in that entire arc, I mean, Stark was one, but the fucking, like, he turns into a fucking giant cricket monster. Oh, I can see Komamura. I can see. And then he starts poning the shit out of Komamura, grabs fucking Kokujo Tengen Myo's sword with a hand, and blows it away with his, like, Los Nuve Aspectos. And he's, like, poning everybody, has him pinned on the ground, about to kill him, and all Shuhei has to do is just kind of walk up behind him and stab him in the head, and that's it. That's pretty much it. I mean, that would be like, imagine if when Ukiura went into his segunda etapa, he's like, this is my final form, Ichigo. You can't possibly hope to kill me. By the way, just hit this spot right in the center of my chest, and this is the obvious fuck you spot which will kill me. It's like, it'd be like, what the fuck? I mean, it was grisly, it was cool. He stabbed him in the back of the head and then goes, Shikai and destroys his head from the, like, turns it into a freaking frappe from the inside. That was cool. But really anticlimactic compared to what that fight was really ramping up to be. But I guess if he didn't do it, Koma would have died, so that we can't have that now. But anyway, yeah, what do you think of Tozen? What is his least favorite and favorite moments below? Also, I was going to put in, like, the whole backstory with his friend, but that thing is still kind of, like, scattershotted of what we know and don't know. We've never even seen her friend's face, and her friend was, like, I mean, his friend was, like, all scarred. We don't really know the reason for that. And I just, compared to all the other backstories that the captain has, that one is just kind of, like, meh when you compare them. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Signing out. Yeah, alright, a little bit of an announcement here about the review, because it's been a while. Okay, so the last, like, 5 days, I have been exhausted because I've been working day shifts at work because of Christmas. I work in retail, so of course that's fun. And the problem is it's always the day shifts constantly. If it was like a morning shift, I could get home at, like, in the early afternoon and then film the review at some point later on throughout the day. If it was at night, I can do it during the day. But the morning shifts are a pain in the ass because I have to be at work at like 11. I get out at 6. I get home around 6:37, I still need to eat my dinner, and I'm just fucking exhausted, and I have enough time to film these, because these aren't a big deal. These are like 4 or 5 minutes, edit, no problem. But I can't film a review like this. I'm just exhausted all the time. So if I film a review right now, it's going to turn out to be shit. I just know it. And then I go to bed and wake up, and it's already time for me to go back to work again. So that's how it goes. So tomorrow, in the next 2 days, I'm off. So it'll be out tomorrow. I'm getting it out on Monday. It'll be out tomorrow. I guarantee it. You can fucking send me a bunch of hate mail. You can send me an explosive device. Okay, don't do that. Seriously, don't send me any kind of hazardous material. I don't care. Unless it's Yuri fanfiction or Yaoi fanfiction. Does that count as hazardous material? Yeah, probably. All right, well, thanks you guys for your understanding. Just wanted to give you an update on that. All right, later.